Hello and welcome to part two of the series where we look at Google's agent development kit, and we try to use multiple agents in a way that can help a small or medium business improve efficiency and just productivity across different departments. And last time, just to do a recap, we used this tool that you see here, which is their chat user interface to a company's brand identity, with pages, with their colors, or with a simple user website. So let's go ahead and do that. And for that, what we'll do is we will use Streamlit. Streamlit lets you have these very clean and minimal front ends, and it's actually very good for data visualization, as it shows here with all of these example apps. So in the future, if you have CRM data or stuff from your Google Sheets, it would work very well, and that could be another video. But for now, it's working for us for a very simple website for a fictional outdoor company. So we've really tightened that up from a generic company to just an outdoor company that does decks, pergolas, roof extensions, patios, and the landscaping. So let's use that as an example to do something very specific and very targeted to an owner who is doing this kind of work and has internal employees. So the agents have also been instructed to act as if a design consultant or a project manager is interacting with this chat agent, this is an internal tool. So here is an about page, like a portfolio, and the chat page. This is the artifacts pane where images that are generated will show up. So a little different from what you saw last time. And this can be modified. It's very minimal and quick. And of course, this is a live demo, so stuff can go wrong. So excuse me for that. So I'm going to say, hello, my client wants to improve the unused part of his backyard. Here is the photo. And I'm going to use this backyard current photo. Now that just came from a stock image that I found where this part of their backyard is relatively unused. A lot can be done. There's already some flooring, and this part has some grass that could use some improvement. Let's see if it gets the layout right. That's often one of the things that the AIs don't get right. And here, let's go ahead and do this. Let's move this aside and let's go ahead and do this. All right. So right now the tool basically just spits out everything at once because I haven't done anything to stream things. So firstly, the visual assessor, it completed an assessment, and it kind of describes the red roof and the cream walls and so on. It confirms it's a backyard. So it kind of shows you its internal workings, and you can turn this off as well. The design planner is asking for 3 different options with a tropical oasis, an urban garden, and a backyard retreat. So, we could just select that to give an example. And we just, I guess, have to select the budget and the style. So let's go ahead with the family-friendly backyard retreat with a budget of, say, 20K. Right, and let's see where that takes us. So I would assume that this will bring in the design planner probably again, or the estimator or stuff like that. So let's wait and watch. All right, so we have a lot of text messages coming in after I put this. The visual assessor, thanks me, and it says that if it's like 500 square feet, between 7,500 and 15,000, and it's achievable with that stuff, and suggestions for all the materials, right? The patio, pergola, lumber, stain, and all that. And there's a budget conscious approach, and some design specifications with how big everything is, like a 10 by 10 pergola and so on. So I don't need to probably read all this. It's pretty exhaustive. And now the project coordinator brings in like the budget breakdown and says kind of what is each component and the timeline and each day, the phase for each day, and who else is going to be needed, all the trades. So the action checklist is going to let me confirm things. Like this is stuff that the salesperson has to do and the project manager has to do, and maybe in the future there's a way to have both of these people interact into this chat. So that can be like the next video. So let me it's asking me if I want to render this plan. Yes, please make a rendering, and let's see if it gets that right. So here we have the rendering. It took a bit of nudging and prompting in the middle to do it, but we did get this particular image, which is really nice. I like what it's doing with the pavers and what it's doing with the pergola and the chairs and everything. It kind of misses the layout of the house, or rather it misses the unused area. It kind of goes for the larger greener area, but that's okay. This can be tweaked and constrained. So what you would do is try and preserve like the angles and the size of the image and just the layout of the house in the prompt to ensure that those things come as close as possible. It gets even more accurate if it's a very constrained space like a bathroom or something like a bedroom. But here we have it. So while this is a little buggy, it is quickly thrown together, but it does quite look like a refined piece of tooling in your company's arsenal, where you can have your internal employees query with it and get at least stuff that they can communicate with their customers with at a rough level, and then refine it as they go. So that was the intent of this, and hopefully this helped you understand that those agents are not just outside or just too technical. They can be brought in, simplified, customized, and work for your purpose. So thank you so much, and hopefully there could be a third part where we take this even one step further and embed it even more in your company. So thank you so much and have a great week. Bye-bye.